Yesterday, Disney World officially filed a lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, alleging that he abused his power to punish the company for exercising their constitutional rights to freedom of speech. Now, the big question a lot of people, including myself, have is, okay, well, DeSantis started this fight with Disney this time last year when they first voted in that legislative session to strip you of your special tax district after you spoke out about the Don't Say Gay legislation. So why did Disney wait a year before hitting Ron DeSantis with this abuse of power lawsuit? Honestly, I think at this point, after, sitting on this story for hours and hours, I think it's actually pretty obvious why they waited. Disney, much like the heroes in their movies, waited till their enemy was at the weakest to strike the biggest blow. Ron DeSantis a year ago was untouchable. Ron DeSantis 6 months ago, right after the November election, was untouchable. He was basically already anointed as the guy that was going to dethrone Trump, become the 2024 nominee, and possibly the president. But then the public got to know Ron DeSantis. Then the public got to see how Ron DeSantis' special little board down there in Orlando kept getting put through the ringer and outsmarted by Mickey Mouse. The public as a whole is laughing at Ron DeSantis. His donors are fleeing. His poll numbers are tanking. Everybody is seeing that the man is incapable of talking about substance. All he has is culture wars and vengeance. We saw his trip overseas earlier this week, and I'm not running for president yet. The world is laughing at Ron DeSantis right now. And Disney moved in for the death blow. Now that you are weak, now that you have been exposed, now that everybody sees you for who you are, we're going to hit you with this lawsuit. Now, here's the thing about the lawsuit. I actually think Disney, stands a great chance of winning, but it doesn't matter if they win or lose. All they have to do is make it to discovery. Because DeSantis' office says, hey, listen, this was not about political retaliation. It was just about their special tax district, which is stupid. We don't like that. There's more than 100 of them throughout the state of Florida, by the way, folks. Just so everybody knows, Disney's not the only one with a special tax district. There's more than 100 in Florida alone. None of those other folks got touched, which only bolsters Disney's case. If this was about special tax districts, you would have done it to everybody. And you wouldn't have waited till immediately after we spoke out about the Don't Say Gay legislation. So clearly this is political retaliation, and we were exercising our First Amendment rights. You've now violated our constitutional rights. You've violated your oath of office. You're a piece of crap. We're going to win this. But as I said, all they got to do is get to the discovery, because DeSantis' office says there were no plans. There was no plotting. There was no scheming. Cool. We're going to find that out when Disney gets their hands on all of your internal communications, when they get your emails, when they get your text messages, the internal memos, because you can't tell me that everybody in that Florida state legislature, all the way up to Ron DeSantis at the governor, just on a whim, everybody suddenly had the same idea to take away Disney's special tax district. Nobody coordinated with anybody else to make that happen. Right? No. All it takes is one line in one email to prove the abuse of power here. If any one person writing to or from Ron DeSantis said, did you see what Disney said about the Don't Say Gay legislation? How can we go after them? You get that line, which I can pretty much promise you is going to be found somewhere. You get that line, Disney wins right on the spot. So all they have to do is get to discovery to expose how corrupt this administration down here in Florida is. And I don't think it's going to be hard for them to find that.